Now, do you think, now let me ask everybody a question. Do you think
Mhm.
doing something like this, and even speaking about unions and like, because we're pro battle rapper, right? Not that we're against leagues, but we're just like, yeah,
The
yeah,
pro
we
battle
pro
rappers.
battle rapper, right?
Right.
Do you think this will cause resentment and even retaliation from leagues against people who speak upon things like this?
Now,
Yep.
I want to answer this question because I did have a conversation with Organic today,
Mm-hmm.
and we came up with a way where it makes more sense for a league because leagues, yeah, they pay out all this money. Sometimes they take a L. Now
Yeah,
we always hear about when they take a L.
yeah.
They don't got no problems telling you I lost money, but we never hear about, yo, I just caked up.
Yeah,
Nobody ever gets on camera like, huh, 1.5. Man, what you gotta say about that? You know what I mean? Nobody does that. So I feel like if we share the responsibility of making an event happen, even now, if you look at what battle rappers are doing with the creativity, street hymns, what you did with the battle with Sharon, these are things that we can incorporate in promotion
Right.
that'll bring more people or draw more attention to whatever event we hitting up.
Right.
And we take that mindset of I'm not just in it for this one check. I want the long term. So speaking to the league, all right, you're offering me 10,000. I'll take five up front, and on the back end, let's work a percentage of this, a percentage of this, a percentage of this. Is that something everybody will be open
That sounds good. I mean, I just in my experience, every time I start talking about percentages,
to? Especially Debo.
they be
Debo
like,
had so much to say today.
yo, notice
It's
this,
crazy.
right? It's always right business.
Hmm.
It's always business until they need a favor, right?
Right.
So it's always like, yo, you know, if I be like, I want 10 racks, yo, it just don't make sense for the business.
Business.
Okay. But if they want me to battle for 2,000, they like, yo, do me this favor. No,
Right.
like
Right.
it can't be both, right? It can't be, yo, hold me down, do me this favor and business. Like we
Right.
can't
hmm
pick and choose when we want to do this. You know what I mean? Because if it's
Right.
business, I'm gonna treat this shit like business.
Facts,
Right.
Meaning
facts.
there can't be no, you know,
Homeboy discount.
yeah, homeboy
Right.
discount or just just something I could
You
think of
family.
off the back. When I paid this dude to do a video for me, right?
Hmm.
He called me, was like, damn, my fault. I'm running late. I had no babysitter for my son. I don't care about your son. That's not
I paid
business.
for it. Right.
That's not business. So,
Right.
like, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but in
Yeah.
business, there's no, I don't got nobody to watch my son. In business, it's like, hey, if I paid you to do this job and you didn't show up, you need to refund me my bread.
Right.
Like,
Period.
so,
Period. Period.
so
Now,
I
now,
think there's a fine line between good business and kind of like picking and
I,
choosing when it's
I,
really business.
I think it depends on who it favors at the moment. You dig what I'm saying? So, Saga,
What's up, man?
um, Loso, I'm not sure. Are you still under contract?
No, I'm not under contract anymore. My 2 years is up.
Sa- okay, Saga, you are still under contract.
Yeah, I'm on the contract.
What is that like?
In regards to what, money wise?
No, money wise, how frequent or do you get matchups? Are you getting all the matchups that you want? Like,
Um,
what does it entail to be under contract?
so for me to be under contract, just to, I guess I could speak on, I guess the general stuff that doesn't really
Right,
dig too deep into business, but
right,
I signed for, like, I'll say it's like you kind of revisit it type of thing. But I signed a 2 contract deal where you, after every 2 battles, you keep on negotiating for your next price and things like that. So
right,
with that, I have a set agreement towards a certain stage, whether it be big or volume or whatever. and then the band or the so it's like you have certain stipulations there. I
Yo,
know for
Street Hymns, you
me,
tap dancing on your phone, fam?
Right.
What you doing?
yeah.
What
So
you doing?
we got that stipulation.
I should have muted that joint. My bad.
It's always
Yeah.
it's always negotiable. The price is always negotiable within the contracts. Like, let's say you get paid X amount of money for this certain battle, right? After the two battles is up, you can say, all right, I had fun with that one, but we going up at least another 2,000 or something like that. So, yeah, that's just the general standard of what I'm dealing with right now with that one.
All right, now I know it restricts you from battling on certain stages.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, what stages in particular?
He talking about
Nigga said, what stages in particular?
Use your imagination.
Get every detail.
What?
Nah, Math.
Use
Math.
your imagination.
Yeah.
Math. I mean, I tell you, like, even now that obviously my contract after the Gnome joint, it finished. It's been 2 years, yeah. So I'm obviously out of it, but I still get the same conversation. So for instance, like if I'm in conversations with another league to get on a big league and URL calls me right for a plate and I let them know you already got such and such, they'll voice their opinion. They'll be like, yo, like they'll tell me straight up, like, look, we want to give you this, you know what I'm saying? But because you're battling, because you're entertaining this battle on RBE or KOTD, if you take that battle, those are the competing leagues. We're not necessarily gonna, and they don't want, and this was just a conversation they constantly always just told me, we don't want you taking URL battles on other places, right? So for instance, like me versus a K-Shine, right? Let's say like ARP offered us a bag for that. Like URL would do everything they can, and by everything they can, pay us sometime. But for me though, I love it, right? Because that means the bag is gonna get big. Because okay, you don't want me to take this battle over here. Well, they're paying me this amount of money. You guys either need to pay more than that or get a better situation. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's why I love the fact that I know people don't like it. People think like, oh, URL and KOTD. I love it because it's great for the consumer and it's kind of great for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
fact
that ARP is throwing big events, KOTD is throwing big events, and URL is throwing big events for the battle.
I love it.
I'm like, oh, you want a Loso versus Twerk battle? All right, bet. This is what you need to do to get the Loso versus Twerk battle, right? And
because this battle could touch any stage.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and make noise.
That's how you kind of got to look at it,
bro. If they're not fighting for you, if they're not fighting, like if they hear, oh, K-Shine is about Loso's about to battle K-Shine, and they're not hitting Loso's phone, like, hey, listen, we'll book it over here. If they're not fighting for you, then they don't want you around like that, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
Loso, I was gonna say, what happened to your joint with social distance with Snake Eyes?
That situation, I mean, saying like for instance, I'll tell you straight up, ARP. I don't know if anybody else here was getting off, but ARP came and he wanted me to do the Snake Eyes battle, and I told him yeah, and but I told him, I said, because I kind of got a good relationship with him. I said, yo, what about this price? And he came back and was like, bro, we're only paying, I said, we're only paying $100. You know what I'm saying? We're only paying $100 for these video battles. And I was like, what? And so when he said that, I was just like, man, for Snake Eyes, bro. And so unfortunately though, when we was in the conversation, I told him yes. After that though, I didn't want to battle Snake Eyes. Like I was looking at it, I was like, now he didn't give you the bread up front. There was no bread exchange. There was
gotta submit your footage first.
Yeah. There was really nothing, like there was no, there was nothing, right? He ended up obviously putting the fly out, but there was no like contract, no money, nothing like that. And so on Monday, when he contacts, Charlie Clips hits me up Sunday night, I want to say, and tells me about the 2-on-2 award. I called Ward immediately. I said, yo, Clips wants to do this, and he's paying us X amount of dollars. We was like, what? Click, bet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
ARP hits me back. It was like, yo, where the footage? I said, yo, bro, I'm not going to do it. He said, look, what if I extend the timeline to Wednesday? I said, well, I definitely can't do it because I'm already committed to something else. And so obviously once I was already committed to something else, it just wasn't. And he was already up front that like, yo, if you don't do the battle,
I'm still gonna let such and such just put out a send shots. Same thing with the Cortez and 40 cal battle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Same thing with the show off and whoever he was battling, Head Ice, I think.
Head
You know what I'm
Ice.
saying? If you don't do the battle, I'm still gonna let your opponent put out. It's just gonna be a send shots joint. So you know it was.
Okay.
But also, he let him know around day 2. Like the moment we got offered, it was like the next day he already knew. You know, so it wasn't like the day before the battle got released, right? It was like by the second, third day, you already let ARP know, right?
No, me and ARP didn't hit me up till the footage was due. When he hit me up when the footage was due, I told him, I was like, look, bro, I can't do it.
That was like day 2 or 3.
Huh?
He hit us up on like a Wednesday, and it was like Friday, right?
He hit me up. Yeah, he hit me up late in the game, and he told me he needed it by Saturday. But
that's what it was, Saturday.
Yeah. But my thing is, like, I didn't talk to him until he wanted the footage, though. You know what I'm saying? But but when after that situation with Clips, I was just like, yo, I'm really not gonna do the snake eyes. Like, even if I don't care if you give me a month, I just wasn't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you give me a month, I wasn't gonna do it at that point. And so I'm
trying to get your back.
Yeah, nah.
So,
bro,
that didn't work out.
Talked about this
that didn't work out,
bro.
That didn't work out.
It was what it was. You know, I told Cortez too, like, you know, even when with the Cortez, well, his situation was a little different than mine. But you know, like, I told her, and you know, obviously ARP was upset about that situation, but I kind of just said, I was like, yo, I just didn't see it beneficial for it. And you kind of got to understand it. And for me, as the battler, I know he's upset as a league owner. Like, dang, bro, you know, Snake Eyes and Loso. I want, you know, I was gonna put that. I was just like, yo, it was what it was, bro. A better situation is here. Even though you may have wanted that, I'm just letting you know, like, and I know Snake Eyes thought, because he was going on Twitter trying to say a couple of things at first, because he didn't necessarily know the situation. He thought it was, oh, they blocking my battle, and I told him, I said, like, he hit me up privately after he saw the Charlie Clips joint. He hit me up later and was like, look, I want you to know, like, you know, I jumped the gun. I thought, you know, such and such. So he apologized for it, but you know, I can't blame, because obviously he has this situation going on with URL. So those assumptions are obviously correct on his end. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna do, like, especially with this quarantine situation, bro. Like, I was supposed to battle Twerk about 3 times already on the URL quarantine, and it just, you know, we ain't come to an agreement yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
So,
okay.
Also, you say, you know, like, when you get a battle somewhere else, like a lot of the stuff you hear a lot is like they don't want you to do a URL battle somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? As a league owner, you're like, yo, you protecting the merchandise. Now, from any battle league, no matter who it was, have you ever been in a situation where they're like, yo, if you do this battle, you're cut off completely, like you won't get a battle here?
Nah, I've never been in that situation. The only situation where it might have been close was the Math Hoffa joint. You know what I'm saying? When I was off of Math Hoffa on RBE, I was already in conversations with URL after I just did the Gnome joint. And so after the Gnome joint, they hit me up for Chef Trez, and they were just like, look, if you take the Math Hoffa battle, we can't give you the Chef Trez battle. And because I kind of just seen like, yo, man, this was a better situation.
Chef Trez is a better look, basically.
Because Math was crazy at that time. But the situation, and I ain't gonna front though, because you got to think about it. I was a replacement for Math. You know what I'm saying?
Cool world.
It was Geechee. It was Geechee Gotti. You know what I'm saying? So when they offered Geechee Gotti and Geechee Gotti didn't do the battle, for me, I was looked as a replacement, and it was looked at as a favor because it was the Murder Moot card, right? So it was like, yo, you get to be on this card. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, I was hyped to even be considered for that card because it was the return to Mook. But the money wasn't better than what I was getting on URL for the Chef Trez joint. Yeah, so I was like, yo, I'm gonna just do the Trez, and I'll spin the block versus Math later.
Right.
So like to me, the extreme leverage that URL has is like the manipulation. I don't want to say manipulation because it seems like negative or whatever, but even if you're not in contract, because everybody says if it's not on URL, it don't count. You almost don't want to try to leave or go out because you're afraid that they're not going to give me this battle. They're not going to give me this. I'm not going to look good in their eyes. They control everything. So it don't even got to be on paper, but there's like a manipulation about it that says,
It's leverage.
okay, cool.
But you know what's always been my big issue with that? If you look at who's on the URL roster as far as like their top gunners, every single one of them has been on another stage.
Oh yeah.
So
like,
it's not an issue for Hitman. If it's not an issue for K-Shine, if it's not an issue for DNA, it's not a why does it become an issue for everybody else? And I feel like the reason is that's know
whenever they become bigger. I mean, they're bigger than, you know what I mean? Like the leverage is Hitman Holla, you know, like he's going to battle wherever he wants, whenever he wants. You know what I mean? It's not URL anymore. So whenever you have guys coming up under your farm league system, not to say that they're farm league battlers or whatever, if I can inundate you with the mindset that this is the only place that matters, then it's going to be a lot harder, you know, or a lot easier for me to keep you here. Yeah. You know, but like with my situation, when you're offering me a contract and you're saying you can't battle on King of the Dot anymore, right? You're telling me to turn my back on 75% of my fans and consumers that I built up over 3 or 4 years. And if you're not offering me the money that those people buy merch off, if you're not offering me, you know, the bags and stuff off the jump, then it doesn't make sense for me to just say, hey, guys, thanks for supporting me for 4 years, but I can't battle over there anymore while I go try to start my career on the place that matters. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense, you know? So, like, that's what, to me, is just kind of like that mindset, because to me, URL needs RBE. They need King of the Dot. As much as they would like to put their foot on the neck and just, you know, create this monopoly, like, I think that they need that competition.
Yeah. But man,
I think as battlers, we need it the most.
Yeah.
We need it the most. Because should any one league become the league, all that money that y'all was getting before, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just us.
The battlers, though, like what you were naming, those dudes, because you got to think about URLs looking at them like, we don't want y'all to go over to KOTD and RB and give them, you know, a great battle and give them viewers over there. But if y'all decide to do it, we can't stop booking them because we need them. For instance, right? Geechee leaves over to KOTD and RBE. Or I don't know if he does RBE, but he definitely does.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't done RBE yet.
He does KOTD about 2 or 3 times in the middle of one of the hottest streaks we ever seen. Right? What do you think URL's gonna do? URL ain't gonna say, "I get you." We done. But no, he's at such a demand.
Even in that, when I talk about the manipulation, Geechee had to disguise it as I'm doing J Pro a favor. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't even have to say I'm doing J Pro a favor. He should be able to say I'm going over there because that's the West. That's King of the Dot. I'm battling over there. But there's already this, like, I have to have an excuse to leave you so that there's not any bad blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying them booking him again and giving him main events shows, yo, Geechee's in a place where it's like, yo, you can't do nothing without me. I'm the man right now, and if I want to go, if I'm gonna do this battle, you're not cutting me off. Where that's not the same case for like somebody like Swamp, right? Like if Swamp left the KOTD or RBE, it's gonna be cold turkey for him after a while.
However, but to quote Vada Fly, shout out to Vada Fly, and Showtime SP. If you cooking, they booking.
Yeah,
that's facts.
Bill Collector was struggling trying to get battles on URL. He battles Hitman on RBE, and what happens?
Booking.
You cooking, they booking. You cooking, they booking. I'm always gonna be on the side. Like, no offense, if there's any league owners that's watching, I'm always gonna be on the side of the battle rappers because that's where I started. You dig what I'm saying? Might not be where I end up, but that's where I started. And I feel like the talent and the respect that I have for the artists, we gotta treat these guys right. We got to. Because a battle league wouldn't exist without battle rappers. Mm-hmm. If all the top tiers decided, all right, this is the standard, we can't go below it, don't even try to book us, that's what it would be.
But here's the thing. I don't think the top of the top is having these issues. You understand? I think the people who suffer are like the mid-tier to low tier that's really getting the short end of the stick, because Surf is going to get what he wants. Geechee is going to get what he wants. Lux is going to get what they want, and it's just going to be that way. To get $40K for one battle is insane.
But it's still a process for them. Like, okay, let me put this out there. I think we talked about this last night with ARP. He's negotiating me and Surf. Surf gets all the information, then he goes to URL and says, look, this is what they offering me. Boom, 3-battle deal. But this is a 3-battle deal apparently he didn't get before he did that. You dig what I'm saying? I think we just need to understand our value, and with what's going on right now, streaming is about to go crazy. Everybody's looking for content. I've been sending proposals out to people saying, look, when this is said and done with this whole quarantine thing, battle rap is going to be on the rise because everybody's home watching right now. Everybody. In the past 2 weeks, we probably gained more fans than the whole year. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got as the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm